It's early. 5:15. I'm awake. Nothing better to me than my morning latte and another quiet moment. I'm often asked in comments on my videos, people wonder, Jeff, what else do you do besides just cook? What other things do you do to show, I guess, my life here with Kevin? But I'll put together some snippets of this week, which is kind of a typical week for us. We were very, very active, and you'll know yourself as retirees that most of the time after retirement, it's spaced in your home, especially when you're dealing with medical challenges. Kevin and I were quite active, and he had a stroke 4 years ago, September, which changed everything and slowed us down. We had to, for his well-being. We had a horse ranch. We had retired, bought a horse ranch in the middle of nowhere out in Tennessee. We left Florida and decided that that was our retirement. We were gonna enjoy the rest of our life on our ranch. Kevin had trained horses most of his life and had been around horses, showed horses from the age of 11 until he was about 40. And I grew up around horses growing up in Iowa. And in one foster home that I was in as a child, they had horses. So I've always liked them as well, but nothing to the extent of Kevin. So we decided to do that. 6 acres, 6 horses, and a lot of work. But boy, it was fun, kept us active. And after his stroke, it became impossible for me to help but get Kevin healthy again. This was post-COVID, and still had a lot of things shut down and a lot of social unrest in regards to distancing, et cetera, And with that going on, it was hard to get doctor's appointments. Everything we did was 45 minutes away, and it was impossible for me to take care of him, get him to physical therapy, get him to the doctors, get him home. Couldn't leave him by himself. Trying to get things accomplished, going to the store and taking care of 6 acres and feeding 6 horses, and it was just a lot. So little by little, sold things, and here we are in Arizona. But you ask what we do throughout the week, and there's a lot of quiet times because I spend a lot of time alone, as Kevin spends a lot of time sleeping, or he likes to just lay most of the time in bed and watch his tablet and flip through reels on his tablet. And his eyesight has changed, his personality has changed, his energy level has changed, and he doesn't want to do a whole lot. So to get him out and get him moving is a whole ordeal. I have to plan it a day in advance and kind of suggest things that we do. I take him to the mall and walk to get him his exercise. I'm still fearful to leave him by himself because you just never know if he falls. But anyhow, doctor's appointments, he walks Koji sometimes by himself around the block. So our life has changed since the stroke, and anybody who's aging in relationships, in marriages, whatever you want to call them, commitments, and you're dealing with caretaking for the one you love, and taking care of a house and a garden and a pool, and it can be overwhelming. So I'm grateful I have the strength, the energy, and still have the health to do it. So I just thought I'd throw together a few snippets and kind of give you a view of how our weeks go. So I hope you enjoy the video with the snippets. Come along, tell me what you think. Leave me a thumbs up, and I'm gonna have my coffee, and you're gonna take a look at a week in our life. And here it is, waiting for Kevin. He went to the restroom. He'll be back in just a moment. And we got him a little treat. Isn't that wonderful? Of course, I got a cinnamon roll, big old fattening thing. It's a beautiful day out. Sit out here and enjoy the wonderful weather. So we went to Kevin's doctor's appointment that he has every 6 months at his checkup, and everything came out good. So I told him I'd take him out for a little coffee, pastry, and he likes to go to this wonderful outdoor pastry shop. So we did go to the bakery. So for my Arizona viewers, you might know where we're at. But first, we had an appointment with his doctor for a 6-month checkup, and he likes to go to the counter by himself now and get himself checked in and look things over and try to figure it all out on his own. So I'm getting quite proud of it.
It's amazing what happens in 10 years. It sucks.
Goes by quickly.
Well, for years, I'd say, 40, it's all the same.
Right.
Then all of a sudden.
My most favorite moments, taking naps. It's so great to lay here and I can look right out that window, look right out that door, and enjoy the day. This next little clip that I'm adding was one that popped up in my old Facebook reel from 4 years ago. It was Kevin's first doctor's appointment that we had with his primary in Dyersburg, Tennessee, right after his stroke. So take a look at this as well.
Because they don't even check mine, remember? I said, well, I wear these all the time, and they didn't even check it.
There he is. We're at the doctor's office.
Don't do that.
I can. Say hi.
Hi.
Getting blood work done today as far as checking it. Look at here.
Oh,
Hi.
Lord.
We took our mask off.
Oh, dear.
Then I'm looking at me.
I know.
Now I'm looking at you.
Jesus mighty.
Yep, there he is. He's getting better every day.
Yeah.
You need a
I
haircut.
wear dark glasses. That's what's happening.
Yeah, you need a haircut. All right, I'll turn it off, all right?
Thank you.
Welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Here. Or we can get it there if you want.
Well, if it's cheaper here, we're here.
There's Kevin.
Where?
And this next clip also popped up in one of my reels of memory, so I'm just going to share it because it's also kind of fun. Take a look, Kevin and I. I just finished bagging up the mushrooms, and things aren't always perfect. My washer has decided it wants to stop working, and I have a drum full of wet clothes that will not drain. So I'm going to have to wring these clothes out by hand, put them outside to dry so they don't stink. And it's Friday night. About 6:30. Great way to spend the night. So tomorrow, we call a repairman. The washer and dryer came to the house, and I'm guessing it's at least 10 years old. If not more, I couldn't be sure. But it's a nice unit. And all I can say is it's decided to stop working. So the clothes are gonna have to go outside so they don't stink like mildew. Wring them out as much as possible, and see what tomorrow holds. Too bad I don't have a rock. I could beat the shit out of this wash. I guess I hang everything out here over the chairs tonight so they dry a little bit. So my dirty clothes that are half clean, that didn't get spun out, dry enough so they don't stink, so I can rewash them once we get the washer fixed or replaced. Good old-fashioned hillbilly stuff here.
Well, I guess this is a testament that I could survive if I had to. Well, let me go find Kevin. There he is. He said he was going to go to Goodwill. I don't know if they're not open yet. Yeah, they are. There he is. He's not inside yet. He's outside. So let me go meet up with him. I told him to stay there. He sometimes gets lost. That's the worry. Did you go inside?
Yeah, there's nothing in there. I'm scared of that place.
All right, we just arrived at Safeway. So we're gonna go in and get our weekly sales of what we're gonna pick up. And then we're gonna go home. We just left Food City, so let's get inside. And there's Kevin. He's over at Delicatessen now looking at cheeses. He loves cheese, so he's over there shopping looking at cheese. So it's time to get started in the garden. This was a beautiful white primrose bush. It was there when we moved in, so I'm guessing the prior owner put it in at least 15 years ago. The last 2 summers, it's done beautifully. This year, it did beautifully. Now look at it. I don't know what happened. So I'm gonna cut it all the way down. It appears to be dead. We lost a tree earlier that was here for some reason, and so I transplanted with that. Put in those bushes to cover up this side of the wall. So now I'm gonna get rid of that.
So I put the camera on time lapse, and this took me about 20 minutes to get out because it's loaded with thorns. But you saw just a real quick cleanup. Isn't cameras amazing?
Okay, let's get these up on this wall now that I take them down from where the rose bush was. Two down, one to go. Okay, those are done. What do you think? Trellises across the whole back of the yard now. He gets excited to come to the mall. He gets to see experience all these smells, huh, Coach? The mountains sure are pretty today, aren't they?
That's why one of the reasons the blue sky and the mountains I want to sit here. Such a pretty view.
It is. Beautiful Saturday. Coach is excited. We're walking at the mall. He loves the mall walk. It stimulates him. Flooding here in Tucson. On the street, look at that. Wow. Go slow so we don't make waves. This is crazy, huh? Woo! Again, I'm going too fast. Go more towards the center here. Don't look like it's quite as deep. Coach is enjoying himself. The dead mall, like most of them. Talking to my camera, I said they're dead malls like most of them. It's about 3 in the afternoon on Tuesday. It's a nice Barnes and Nobles, like most. Quiet. Kevin went to look for magazines. So they've got the Starbucks here, which we don't go to at all, but we had a couple gift cards. It's a nice little Barnes and Noble. Had to get a couple straws for our drinks. Let me head back to the table. It's a nice little Barnes and Noble. And we'll get Kevin his straw. There you go. There's Kevin. What a beautiful Saturday. Here's the coach in the lovely yard. There's our little fountain over there.
And it was time to get a couple of area rugs shampooed, the one from the dining room and the one from the living room. So the best way to do it, take it right out on the patio, shampoo it, and let it sit in the sun for a few hours to dry. So that's exactly what. Then it was time to get the one from the living room done. So there we go. Let's get her done. Then it was time to head back inside after I shampooed this carpet to get all my plants watered in the house. And as you'll see, the kitchen has all my chairs sitting in it because I had taken the rug out of the dining room to shampoo. So the house is a bit of a disarray, but I'm getting the plants watered.
I water my plants once a week, and I use Miracle-Gro. The Miracle-Gro crystals I use only once a month. Let's relax. This plant I got when it was only about 1.5 feet tall. 3 years later, it's doing fantastic, isn't it? Let's give him a good soaking. It's been a hot week. I purchased some nice canister lights that sit on the floor back behind the plants. At night, they come on a timer. Gives a nice ambiance to this corner. The light comes on 8 o'clock at night, goes off at 2 in the morning. My chef Lara is really thriving. It was only about 12 inches tall when I bought it. It since has gotten huge with additional stalks that have come in, as you can see here. I guess he likes his home. 3 or 4 of these plants in the house. They've all come from one clipping. I just keep clipping them, moving them around. This one here is another clipping I got from the same plant. And this one in my bathroom is the original plant that all the clippings came from. It is nice in here. There's a skylight up above. Gets really good light. This little guy is a new addition to the house. I thought our guest room needed to be livened up. He's doing pretty good. My dragon tree here was in about an 8-inch pot when I bought him. Just a little guy. I think he likes it here. Yeah, I even think the bathroom needs a little bit of ambiance when I take a bath. This guy was only about 3 inches tall when I bought him. He likes it here in the bathroom. Gets good sunlight. This plant has only been here just a couple of months. It's taken a while for it to get established. I don't know what's going on with the brown leaves. Maybe someone can give me a suggestion. He was quite small when I first got him. Transplanted him a couple of times. He's doing fantastic. This one I only give water to once a month. This plant as well was really tiny when I got him. Been transplanted a couple of times. We're now starting to stake him up. He's gotten so big. I think he likes it here. Well, carpets are cleaned, trellises are up, floor is swept, Kevin and I had coffee, all the plants are watered. I think I've done a pretty good job this morning. Time for lunch. I'll check in later.
Well, friends, and that's a typical week. Sun's come up, coffee's empty. Let me go check on Kevin. I think he's finally starting to wake up. And I'm going to have another latte. So I thank you for coming along, taking a look at my video. Tell me what you think. That's just a typical week in our life. And in between, I cook. So I thank you so much for your kindness, your comments, and come along on the next video. Until then, take care of yourself. Be kind. Ciao.